2023 is here, and so are a lot of new opportunities to make a good, successful Minecraft server. Here are the top 5 things to consider when making your Minecraft server. And make sure to stick around for our 5th trick, which is the most important. Starting off with number 1 is remembering to do your research. A lot of people like to skip this part, but it's actually a really good idea to know what to do. A good idea is to see what the top servers are doing and write down features that you like that you could add to your own. However, it is important not to outright steal from other servers, but rather use their ideas as inspiration to create something unique. You could look at the top 10 servers and maybe write one feature that you like from each one and then implement it into your own server. Our next tip is going to be for starting development. Before you start building your server, it's important to have a clear plan in place, so make sure everybody on your team knows the plan. Make the list of features you want to include and how you plan on implementing them and coding them. It's also crucial to have the right team in place, including developers, builders, and staff. You may need to invest some money into these people, but it will be worth it in the long run. Now, when you're starting development, you gotta ask yourself while you're building the server, would you enjoy playing on it? If no, you probably need to make some changes. Our next tip is going to be a big one, which is understanding the need for action. Minehut players can get bored very easily, and their attention span is very short. So you need a way to keep players engaged and prevent boredom. It's important to have a variety of activities and features to do on your server so that nobody can ever max out on the server and get bored of it. Many servers have PvP areas so that there's always some sort of fight going on that any player can join in at any time. Try to make the game unbeatable by adding multiple different paths to the gameplay so there's no one way to play the game. This will give players something to do and increase the chance of them sticking around. Another big tip is hyping up the release. People need to know that your server exists. When you're getting ready to release your server, it's important to generate excitement and anticipation. One way to do this is by creating a Discord server where you can share sneak peeks of your server during development and build a community of players. That way, when the server releases, you're already on the top charts of Minehut. Now, take advantage of the server list descriptions. You can put anything you want and make sure it sounds captivating so a player is more likely to click on it. Some servers will have all their staff on during development, so that then new players can see the server on the server list before it releases. Now, coming in at number 1, this is the most important in my opinion, and I think it is the best way to grow a server quickly. Number 1 is going to be a community. Having a strong community on Minehut is very important because it makes people feel welcomed and gets players to stay longer on the server. Like I just said, having a welcoming community is very important. Reward players for welcoming new players to the server, or maybe train staff to talk to and say hello to new players. That way, that new player feels welcome and is more likely to play and stay on your server. Make sure the server is easy to understand for new players. Otherwise, the player's just going to leave right off the bat. If a player joins in the middle of the season, you have to make sure that the player knows what to do and that they have a chance of getting into a high position in the game. Some of the top servers make a rule to where you can't kill players who have no armor. That way the players have a chance to play the game before they just get killed. Building a successful server takes time and effort, but with the right strategy and execution, you can create a thriving community of players. Maybe check out one of these videos to see how some servers became successful.